Yo, what's up manga fans, this is Rafael from C Manga and I'm here to give you a review of this week's chapter of the Breaker New Ways 140. And I have to say, it felt a lot longer than 2 weeks when, you know, the Breaker went on a break. It seemed like it was a month. I'm not sure why, maybe you guys feel the same, but it did feel a lot longer than 2 weeks. But anyway, the chapter's back. It was a bit underwhelming, to be honest, because you know, the author keeps doing these weird cliffhangers where it's like he ends in a mid-sentence or mid-fight or mid-scene. It's like it doesn't seem like it ends correctly or like smoothly, like you could say, okay, yeah, that was the end of the chapter. It's like it just ends abruptly and it's like, where's the rest of the pages kind of thing. But it was still good. It's just like I'm starting to think I realize what the problem with New Waves is compared to the original Breaker, and I'll get into that near at the end. I was going to make a video about this last week, but I decided I might as well just put it part of one of the chapter reviews, but I'll get to that later. So in this chapter we basically see that Shi-Woon is being more finding more information about the events that's happening at the Martial Arts Alliance building, and it's not good. Obviously, he's found out that Chun-Woo's already inside, caused quite a lot of casualties and damage, and the traffic isn't going to let up because Jong-Il has basically got a police blockade surrounding the whole building, and the police blockade isn't what I thought it was, to go and attack like the Nine Arts Crew's group. It was basically to keep them contained, keep them inside. Like, no one's literally allowed to leave that place at all. So it's more or less just a containment field, you might as well say, rather than like an attack squad. Which is fair enough, because I know Jong-Il is a coward and he freaking knows that he's, regardless of modern military and all that, you know, martial arts, especially like the Nine Arts Dragons martial arts, is still deadly. So Shi-Woon more or less is just like, you know, screw this, I'm gonna run, and fine, I'll have to go on foot. And I kind of thought Elder Kwon was berating him, saying you can't go there because, you know, because of he doesn't even want Shi-Woon to be there anyway, because of all the issues that could happen having, you know, the guy of the Sun-Woo there. But he wasn't. He was just like, oh, it's like it's unthinkable, unspeakable to let the Gaiju go by himself, and then he's like, allow us to you know, escort you there, and he's basically, the whole clan's gonna go. And I found this hilarious because it's like, you can imagine two like teenagers, all these elders, like, you know, the old guys, the elders of the Sun-Woo, and then like I say 30 to 40 maybe, depending on how many's with them, of those the Sun-Woo clan members in black suits just running down the road. People must be thinking, what the hell is going on? So when I read that part, I just found it quite funny, but it was also good. I just loved the loyalty that Shi-Woon gets from this clan ever since, you know, way back since you know, Elder Jong was passed away. So anyway, what else did we see? We also saw that Serakan has some more information about you know, Chun-Woo and the reason why he's here. And as I said, this girl's brilliant. She's like a brain box, all knowing. She just one step ahead of the game all the time. She's informing High Ilgun. It's like, yeah, if the Nine Arts has returned, that means it has something to do with the SUC. And I'm guessing their I can't remember if it was welcoming prize or welcoming present or event is basically must be done for him to appear. So whatever the hell's gonna happen is gonna happen down. It's gonna go down soon. So I'm wondering what this event is gonna be. Is it gonna be one of those typical things? It's just like a massive explosion that's gonna, like, maybe they'll take out the Martial Arts Alliance building or some sort of government building that is basically like, you know, governs Seoul City, like, and that basically will be their present to you know, Chun-Woo, because they did promise to give him a present. So I'm wondering what this event's going to be. It's obviously going to be something climatic and dramatic, or it might be something simple, who knows. But I'm looking forward to see what this event will be, if it ever happens. Now we go back to basically Elder Kwon telling High Ilgun, you know, hurry up and get the rest of the clan when we're going on foot. And they're just like, you know, all trotting along, going on foot down to the you know, to the Martial Arts Alliance building. And Sarah Kang didn't even have much to say. She was cut off, and she's like, wait, and it's like, I'm starting to think these guys are more dangerous than the Nine Arts Dragon himself. So yeah, while they're running Jin-Lie is having a bit of like conflicted thoughts. Is Shi-Woon ready for this? Is he really ready to meet his master? Is this going to be any good thing? And I'm wondering the same thing, because it's like Shi-Woon on the outside, he looks kind of solid and firm about what his decision and, you know, his actions are, but inside, you know, he's gonna have to go and confront his master, the guy who, you know, trained him up, protected him from the Murm originally. Now he's got to go and face the guy who's attacking the Murm, the same people that wanted him dead. And, you know, it's gonna be some mad conflict. He's now the elder, he's now the Gaiju of the Sun Clans, part of the Murm, but he's also loyal to his master. So it's going to be mad. I can see So-Chun's going to arrive, and this is going to be, you know, that whole cowboy showdown most likely happening. So the last bit of the chapter, which was very fast, we see the fight. It was, you know, Kang-Sung and Chun-Woo in the same pose fighting stances they were before, you know, the chapters went on a break. Everyone's wondering what the hell's going on. They're just standing there, like, are they scared of each other? Are they not ready? Like, you know, strapped like that. Like, Kang-Sung just took out everyone. He should be able to take him out, and the same Chun-Woo should be able to take him out from his crew, thinking the same thing. But really, one of the guys, you know, the glasses and the long hair, I can't remember his name, he's the only one who had any common sense. He's like, the fight started a long time ago. They're already at it. They're, you know, they're having a mental battle between two monsters. So they're thinking any strategies, any mess ups, anything, you know, any little moves or steps. They're trying to figure it out and basically use that as their advantage and to tip the scales. So when they attack the guy or the other person, they'll have some sort of strategy or plan. But this is what made me laugh, because it didn't last too long. Chun-Woo basically said, "This is boring. How long you gonna do this, Kang-Sang? Let's get this let's get this over with." And, you know, they start going at it. They're fighting. They've disappeared from everyone's sight. But really, you know, it's like Dragon Ball Z. They're moving really fast, and yeah, it's gone to that level again. They're just like on the next level of strength. And yeah, Kang-Sang's on the defensive while Chun-Woo's on the offensive, like dishing out blows. And from a person's perspective outside watching this, you would think that Kang-Sang has the advantage because he's blocking and defending quite easily. But really, I saw a few times he was grunting or kind of like, you know, a bit close call like dodges. And really, I think he's rolling the shots, because you see a few, like, you know, the whole dust effects or hit effects, like when they hit, it's like he's rolling the shots off them, so he's negating their hits, but he's taking them slightly. I think that's what he's doing, or he's, you know, dodging it by the, like, literally just by a hair. And as I said, we see this later, he is sort of struggling because Chun-Woo starts to increase the hits, and the ferocity of his attacks become more violent. And yeah, Kang-Sang's still doing quite well, as I said before, but, you know, it just looks like he's, as I said, is forced to be fighting on the defense, on defensive. So we see he's backed into a corner next to a pillar, and then Chun-Woo comes in with a knee and attack, and yeah, that was it. It just ended there, and we don't know what happened. So that's what I was talking about with the cliffhanger. It ended so weird. It was like, really could have carried on a bit more, like, and then maybe seen something that would have wrapped it up better. But I don't care, don't matter. So, you know, we'll just have to wait until next time. I'm wondering what will actually happen. It's probably going to be the same things I said before. As I said, Shi-Woon arriving, So-Chun arriving. Kang-Sang might end up dying or not, and I said Shi-Woon probably either end this conflict or it will become worse. Who knows? Because, you know, the whole relation between the Nine Arts and someone from the Sun-Woo clan who's a Gaiju, that's gonna cause some sort of you know, conflict in the Murren world. But also Shi-Woon with his honesty and everything, and he's done it before, that with someone like Ju San-sik, you know, he can change people, so maybe that will happen. But yeah, that was the chapter. It was short. It was basically a direct continuation of the last one, and this is where my point I was bringing up earlier, where I said I think I know what's wrong with New Waves in terms of pacing and storytelling and cliffhanging. In the original series, you know, the author used to write monthly, so I think he's kind of imploring the same style to New Waves, but because it's being released weekly, I think they're being chopped up. Like, so he's probably writing like 30 pages, like, you know, or trying to write like that, but he's releasing them in bits. and I think the style was probably better in monthly format rather than weekly as it is now, because as I said, we get a lot of these really choppy chapters or cut off points, cliffhanger things going on, while in the original they kind of flowed better, the story kind of ran a bit better, and they ended and that was it. It was like, okay, I'm not saying it was perfect, the original series had its bad things, it did have some kind of dodgy cliffhangers, but because I read it all the way through, it wasn't really like a big deal for me. So because I by the time I read it, it was finished, and New Waves was just starting off, so you know, it was kind of like, wow, okay, this is really short now compared to the original monthly release. So yeah, I think the guy is probably writing in a monthly format, and he's struggling to meet the demands of a weekly thing, like, you know, most other series where they can write in a 16-page, 20-page format and manage to fit quite a lot of stuff in and wrap it up properly, while he seems to, like, it's like he puts it in parts. It's like last week was, or 2 weeks ago, was like part 1, this is part 2, and then it still didn't even really end properly, so the next one is going to be direct from that. So that's what I think is the problem. I think he, personally, I enjoyed the series more when it was monthly. I don't mind waiting a month for each thing because it would be better. You know, Attack on Titan, the manga Shingeki no Kyojin is the same for that monthly release, and I think it would not be good if it was ever weekly. It's monthly, everyone can wait for it and enjoy, they enjoy it much more like that. So I'm thinking if there is going to be a part 3 of the Breaker, I think it should go back to being a monthly release. It seems like he's used to that style, he does it better, and you know, he'll have more time to obviously draw his art. His art is always on point, but it's just the story can slack at times, so, and you know, the pacing and all that. So maybe if it went back to monthly, it'd probably be better. As I said, it's nothing wrong with the story, it's just the cut off points and pacing just, you know, can be really annoying. So like I said, that was one of the videos. I said that was the video I was going to do, but I put it part of this one, so that's my opinion. But I want to ask you guys, what do you think? Do you enjoy the Breaker as a monthly release, you know, the original, or as it currently is weekly? And do you think it should go back to being monthly or stay as weekly? Let me know what you think. I'll really be interested to hear your thoughts, and if you agree with me, was it better as weekly or monthly? And also, you know, comment on this chapter, what do you think will happen next, and also leave us a like because it helps us out, and channel and the series out, which I think definitely deserves it. And also subscribe for any content on our channel. As you can see, we do quite a various stuff, and you can see them on the top right or left, I can't remember which side. So yeah, that's it from me guys, and I'll speak to you next week.